Well, what do you think?
I dug it.
It
I
could be
dug
better.
it.
It's all right.
I call
4
it
out of 10.
I call it the solid gold dancer intro.
Is that what you called it?
Yeah, it's flashy but not fancy.
Okay. All right.
Anyway,
It had
hi,
a
guys.
vibe. I dug very
Oh,
much so.
Sandy, you're
There
muted
you go.
at this current moment in time.
And that was Andrea's theme song, by the way. She made that.
you-
She wrote
Thank
that.
you.
It's amazing.
Well
What a
done, Andrea.
composer.
I've been doing it for 2 weeks. It's not good.
Oh,
I-
thank you, Andrea. Don't be so hard on yourself.
I gave like the most basic direction. I said, "What if it did this?" And she was like, "Oh, like this?" And I was like, "Exactly."
I think I made that in 30 minutes or some shit. I don't know. Okay.
Yeah, it's a record for sure. Hey, what's happening? This is Left Past 10, the premiere episode 1. This is big.
Is it big?
Yeah, I think so.
I think it's pretty
Having a good
small. I
time.
mean, I feel like it's going to
it's
get bigger
huge.
over time, right?
I mean, look.
it takes some time, but it'll get there.
We got
No,
four
it's
people, 4 channels. It's big to
this
me.
is big for me, man. This is the kind of thing I was hoping to get involved in. It's like it's like a garage band, basically. we got the drummer, the bass player, we got it all.
Oh, okay. Well, I want to be. I think. Who's John Lennon here?
I'm Ringo.
Imagine there's no heaven.
Okay. That I.
Wait,
Am I
there's
George
our
Harrison?
Lennon.
This is the
no.
part where I
No.
tell you all I've never listened to the Beatles, and then you react
Ooh.
accordingly.
Okay, Pete Best. Fair enough.
Wow.
Oh, actually,
On one of these days.
No, I mean not even accidentally. I mean, it's fully
here and
saturated.
there, right? But I've never sat down and put on a record or anything.
Oh, you don't know what you're missing.
One
right.
of these days, I'll do it.
Yeah.
that
Look at this reaction.
We got a
It's
long
like
winter
Hillary
ahead.
Clinton at the DNC.
Oh, please.
I remember that. Like,
Please leave her out of
please.
this.
Oh my goodness.
That's
really haunted me
hardcore.
enough. Let me
Almost
kick this
spit.
off with
Okay.
a getting to know you.
All right.
My favorite Beatle, and I'm not being sarcastic, my favorite Beatle is genuinely Pete Best. And the reason why, Matt would be the bass player, Sandy singer, Andrea drummer, Jake guitar player. Rad. Thank you. Here's why Pete Best is my favorite Beatle. He got kicked out of the band early on, and then the band got huge, and then he released an album around Christmas time called Best of the Beatles.
That's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
That
That's
is
pretty
just
funny,
his
actually.
music.
good dig.
Best.
That's pretty good.
Good move.
Genius.
Way to make the most of
Genius.
it.
Oh my God, yeah. If my last name was Best and I had once carried luggage for the Beatles, I would have done that. It's
Yeah.
brilliant.
Yeah, no, that's good. Should we bother to introduce ourselves or talk about how this idea came about?
Yeah.
Probably should. Before
saw-
the nonsense.
Because Sandy, you were incorrectly giving me credit, and I did not start this. This was not my
I
idea.
thought this was your idea.
This was the audience's idea. They came up with it. I
Oh,
saw
that's
this.
right.
I saw
I'm
this in
remembering
multiple
now.
chats.
Wow.
People would say it was. I saw it most recently, or the last time was in Jake's chat,
Right.
and someone said, I think it was Donald James X said, and Jake was like, "Oh, I'm going to the Letter Hack show, and I just watched Sandy's or something like that," and he said, "You all should have your own show where you
Oh
do it
my
together." And then somebody
gosh.
else said, "Yeah, and get Andrea on there," and I was
That's
like,
right.
I'm
There you
always the
go.
afterthought. That's how it.
Oh, no.
"No, it was more like,
No.
why would you do it without Andrea?"
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
So
well,
that's
that's
where it came
how
from.
it was.
Thank you,
I
Donald James X.
completely I
At all.
blanked it out.
Yeah,
Well,
it's cool. It's
thanks,
audience
chat.
driven. Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty cool. Oh, Dan from the internet is here. Hello, Dan.
Hi, Dan.
Everyone subscribe to the Power Report. That's awesome. See, we've already got celebrities in the chat.
Great.
So
Great.
cool.
So, tell
I'm
us
going-
about yourself, Jake. I think you should go first.
Yeah, so that's the other thing is Jake and Andrea are just meeting for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Yeah, this is going to be like one of those epic podcast like things where it's like, I don't know this person whatsoever, and then like we're gonna become enemies or something. Like I don't know.
And this will be the
Oh,
archival
no.
history.
It's possible,
They'll go
yeah.
back.
Like
They'll be
who
like,
knows?
that's where it started. And then the letter hack said that one mess up thing, and that set it off.
we have to
Let's
actually
hope that
plan the
doesn't
downfall
happen.
ahead of time so we can like put the breadcrumbs along the trail.
I do think we should just like constantly start fictitious beef. Like that, I would love that so much.
I'm down to start non-fictitious beef as well. So
Oh, jeez.
just kidding. I'm a
I mean-
vegetarian.
Wow,
so
where's my boxing gloves?
I mean, like we should like constantly pretend like a heist went awry and we're angry at each other over that. Like Andrew just starts going psycho, like
Yeah, right.
Mr. Blonde in Reservoir Dogs. I didn't know how to handle.
We take acting classes along the way and get better.
I heard, okay, so
Yeah.
getting back to the origins of this kind of was in a concept that Jake, you came up with, right?
Really?
Didn't you mention, because you're constantly talking about, I know I made that sound like it was really bad, like
Too
you're
much.
constantly talking about, but you're
was
constantly
you
talking
won't
about,
shut the fuck up about this shit, man.
you're
Killing
strategizing
me.
on behalf of folks like us, streamers on
Trying,
the left
yeah.
and whatnot. Yeah. And so I believe that, maybe I'm wrong.
Do
Well,
all
I-
three of you motherfuckers have the same microphone, by the way? What the fuck is this
Yes.
shit?
We sure
Everybody
do.
has
Like, I
Right.
just want people to know, like, I do not like this.
Okay, you
Yours
covered
is a
yours
good
up.
mic. It's a solid mic.
Well,
Nice.
I learned
You
from
muted
live
yourself.
streaming pros, Luria, and I learned about all this crap from her. And so it was just seemed like an affordable option for me. And I sent my other mic, which was a pretty decent mic, but I sent it up to Jim Massa up in Fairbanks, Alaska, so he could use it for our podcast. He's our oceanographer, and he couldn't figure out how to make it work in the the system that holds the mic up. The old
Yes.
system, yeah, he
Yeah.
couldn't figure it out. God, I love you, Jim. Okay, I'm sure he's not watching, but so we, I send my equipment here to there, or we try to help each other on the team.
Good egg.
Mhm.
Much appreciated.
And I'm trying to watch the chat. I've never seen a chat this fast, like on one of my streams.
Really?
It's kind of like I might bail
Hello?
on trying to read them all.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh!
I think I broke
don't
my
know.
microphone
Let
for an
me see if I
extended period
can-
of time. Can you hear me?
Oh,
Is this fucking
yeah, we
working?
can hear
Here,
you
I got
now.
one.
Holy
I can hear
shit,
you.
man. I fucking
Donald
Jeez.
James X saying,
Oh,
ironically, Andrea's microphone sounds the best.
Well,
Ah,
yeah. Can you hear me? Is this working?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah,
My
Ironically.
cable's a little fucked. But I just wanted to say,
That's great.
I'm not a sheep. I don't have a microphone stand. I have a different microphone than everyone else. My microphone sits on my desk and constantly the cable gets unplugged over and over again. So I just want to say, free thinker.
Okay, get your left past 10 bingo cards designed now with Andrea calls everyone on the show a sheep. That'll be
Yeah.
that'll be on the bingo card.
I want my
Guys are
surgeon to be like,
dying.
I'm not one of those sheep surgeon that uses a knife. It's all karate, baby.
I mean, that would be
Oh,
impressive.
shit.
I would let them
That would be rad,
surge
actually.
me. Is there a verb there? I don't know.
Search me.
I don't know
Surge
if there's a
Ooh,
verb.
Andrea, you've got a whole new technical
Yeah.
statement. Surging
What
me.
about?
Did I
Yeah.
create this?
Yeah, you're a techno utopian now.
Oh no.
You're one of
Tinkerbell,
them.
karate, and vibes. That's it. Yeah, that's what we're going
Yeah.
for.
Yeah.
Tyler Hackner's here, everyone. Is
Hi,
Tyler
Tyler.
Hackner in all of the chats?
And
Yeah.
then like 17
Yes.
other ones.
Yeah.
Funny.
He keeps
I get
dual
weirded out.
phones.
When I'm like in line at the bank and Tyler Hackner's not there. I'm so used to him. He's everywhere.
Well,
Yeah,
I want to
that's
say
what we
hi to
love
my
about 'em.
chat. I see there's a lot. Hi, Matt Hunter from New Zealand and an actual cloud, and Kim is our mod, and we have people from all over the world, it looks like, tonight. Great.
Cool.
Yeah, cool.
That's
I'm
great.
so glad you guys joined me.
I
I,
just-
I love you so much. Obsolete Optics, he's our like boss of the Discord. He doesn't want to be, but I gave it to him.
I will say though that I happily will take credit for running with the idea. As soon as I had the idea, I threw it out there. I started talking to Jake about it, and I
Oh,
said,
yeah.
"What do you think about this? Is this viable? Should we do this?" You were on board, and I was
You
like,
had me at the subject line. Literally.
Oh, yeah.
I was immediately like, oh yeah. Yeah.
And so I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna set it up, and we'll see how it goes. And this is my thing. Is like I always try to like overachieve in finding the most efficient ways to do things, and that makes me sort of a control freak. And so where there's 4 people, it's like, well, if I initiate it, I can be in control.
Yeah,
By
that's
default.
going to change very soon.
I
'cause
do
there's going to be a
like
coup
you.
d'etat on this bitch.
Well, I do like him running it though, because it gives me time to relax from being the person who's Oz behind the curtain, and I do everything and run it. And so
Yeah,
this is
off the
really
hook.
nice. Yeah, it's very nice.
Yeah, I'm glad to
Very
take
nice.
over for a night.
Oh, very much so.
Thanks.
Look,
Can I see that coffee cup again? Just as out of
Let's-
curiosity, because
First
it
time,
looked
Fine.
very similar to the American flag, and I just want to make
First-
sure it's not.
first time I was ever on your show on
Yeah.
Above It All. I had that mug, and you said nice stripes, and I was like, stripes, what?
I
And
don't
you were-
remember that at
Listen,
all.
traitor.
Sir.
Every time I grab that mug, I'm like, Andrea likes this coffee mug. But
Well, I
maybe
think
you
I was
don't.
being sarcastic. Yeah. I think. Well, I
Oh,
mean, it reminds
it's
me of the
totally
American
appropriate.
flag, of which I don't like to be reminded of. Typically. So
I always like
I
to-
apologize for the
It's
miscommunication.
made of hemp.
I like to. I like to approach
Not bad.
that from a farther right point of view. I like to go
Oh,
so
really?
far right. I'm actually against the 13 colonies and
Wow. Wow.
being a traitor to your king George. So I
Nice.
rock the BBC.
Oh, there you
good for
go.
All
I have a
right,
see-through one because again,
drinking
free
tea?
thinker.
There you
Here,
go.
I don't advertise
Free
anybody.
thinker.
I'm a
I
clear
got a-
thinker as well.
I got a cheap plastic faux.
Oh.
It's supposed to look.
I thought it was a chalice at first.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
legitimately thought that was fancy.
It's
I'm doing
Good
not.
job.
But I'm probably getting all kinds of plastic, micro, nano
Too
plastics.
late. Yeah, we all got
Too
that.
late.
That's too late. Yeah. No, we all got that.
Yeah.
If you breathe, you
with
got it.
vitamin water and seltzer water. So that's the excitement here.
I am
Uh,
drinking alcohol, so I just want to let everyone know I'm almost done as well, and we just got started. So I mean, it's not looking good here at Left Past 10 Industries. Let me say.
Do we have a
Yeah.
mission statement?
Yeah.
I was
Can we
just gonna
answer
say.
that?
Well, for tonight,
listen,
it doesn't seem like.
The mission statement is
Okay.
to collect the super chats, everybody. You know,
Cha-ching.
again, everyone's got to
Yeah.
catch up to the fat stacks that we got hanging around here. So you know,
Hey,
just
you brought
throwing that out
props.
there. No, these are not props.
Wow.
These are very real
All
fat
right,
stacks. They are very real.
Wow.
They are very fat, and they do stack. Just to
That
be
doesn't
clear.
look like crypto.
Well, that's that's. I gotta have my spending money, of course. You know, you
Good
can't
for
spend crypto.
you.
We all know that's unspendable. So.
Jesus.
Yeah. What are you like?
Fungible.
This is
think we
fake
could
money. Just to be
agree-
clear, I am not rich. I just want to make sure people do not understand. Like, I am not rich. I will
I was
never
gonna
be
say
rich.
like
Wink.
you have a room full of shoe boxes filled with cash.
I have a room full of shoe boxes, but they are not filled with
Me
cash.
too.
Let
Yeah,
me tell you.
Look,
Hey.
I think we can agree that the show's general mission statement
Here we
is to get filthy rich on super chat cash from leftists. But setting that nonsense aside,
I'm not.
Do we all have a-
monetized.
do we want to each do like a personal mission statement? Like, what do I hope
Yeah.
to gain? Like, I
Yeah.
hope to get on the FBI watch list without cursing.
Oh,
I think I'm already there. So, like, just the association is probably
Guilty.
gonna.
Oh, there we go. So I'm just gonna be coasting, really, hanging
I
out
think
with
we're
you cats.
4 FBI watch listers here. We better be careful.
We're a mild annoyance
A mild annoyance, huh?
to the man.
Oh, to the man.
I don't know. What
I-
do you want to gain?
I like the idea that there's
My people want me to turn on the super chats. They do. They're saying it right in my thing.
we need to. Okay, so I showed a video on my show the other night, which is breaking format, but there was context. The guest.
I just
couldn't
want to
make
say
it.
real quick. I don't want to interrupt you. Like, I
No,
don't
go
want
ahead.
to. I apologize, but like, the fact that you would admit to breaking format, I think, is honestly a little unprofessional. You should have used some more euphemistic language.
Okay. So my guest
Thank you.
internet was out, like in Australia. Their internet went down, and so I showed one of their videos to provide context to my viewers
Oh, it
for
was
when they do come on, right? And now, my audience prompted me that should be part of the format going forward. So we've revised our format on the fly due to unforeseen circumstances. Is that better?
It's pretty good.
Excellent.
I'm just
It's pretty
bullshitting,
good.
That
but
was
yeah.
good.
does that work?
That
Okay.
was
Yeah,
good.
that's
So-
fine.
Yeah.
Well, that is really what happened. So we're adapting. But in the video, they use clips from a bunch of other online media leftists. So
Yeah.
I'm showing a video from an online media leftist, and they're using all that. And I was like, there's a strategy in there.
Mhm.
If you want to, I always talk about flooding the zone on topics, but why not flood the zone with alternatives to mainstream media? And so I think that this show is a way of introducing people. Here's 4 different options, or you can watch this all at once. We will be talking about subjects now and then. If any one of us wants to bring something to the table, heck yeah, we'll react. We'll talk about it. We'll discuss it, whatever, and we'll take prompts from the audience. So I think this is supposed to be super laid back, or as unlaid back as we want, and it was audience driven at the origin, and it should stay that way. That's how I'm looking at it.
I like
It's
that.
nothing more or less than we want it to be.
Because we love everybody out there, and it's so important to interact with our audience. So welcome all of you.
I'm just going to make an assumption that I don't even need confirmed is correct. I assume you've all watched Star Trek. This is
I
going
have
to
not.
be.
I have
I
not.
wouldn't assume
I would
that
No
approve
Andrea
Beatles, no
has-
Star Trek, no Star Wars. Just throw that one out there. Never seen an.
You're a
But
gamer.
you
How
got
have
3 out of 4.
You played Morrowind. How have you?
I've played. I got past I think I got to level 3 in Morrowind. I leveled up once or twice.
You didn't. Okay. All
I'm
right.
sorry.
I'm gonna. There's a whole. All right. To be continued. But this is like the card game that the poker game that the Bridge crew play together. It
Yeah.
doesn't need any context. That's it. But yes, it's an unwind. It's a fun
all in
unwind.
one place. Yeah, it's an unwind.
Yes.
And they're sort of now that Feldman is going on at like midnight on average. I mean,
Right?
he'll go on.
Yeah.
Sometimes he goes on at 1, sometimes 4 a.m. But there's like a gap in the evening at times, I think. And I don't know, it's midweek, right? It's Wednesday. So people are,
Yeah.
looking for something.
I just
And
want to
it's that gap.
chime in. Should we really be encouraging people to stay up all night on a weekday though? When you think about it, don't people have to go to school or work in the morning? Isn't this kind of irresponsible in a way?
Oh my God.
I'm just wondering. I'm
I
just
think
Dripping with
Andrea-
sarcasm.
I'm saying what
Andrea
we're all
is
thinking
like-
here.
No way that's a serious comment.
Andrea's the
We
dorm
want to be
mom.
what people throw their lives away for. If you're gonna throw it away for something, throw it away for these cats.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
I think we all need. Sometimes we really need levity. We don't get enough of it, especially in the stuff we talk about, and it's a really nice interaction here. No, not Corey Feldman. Ha ha ha.
That'd be awesome. But
No,
I would love to talk to Corey Feldman. Be like, hey, so
he's a great
What
interview
happened?
guest.
Is he?
did
I bet I could get him on, dude. I
you
bet.
could. He
He'll
took
do
a
anything.
wild political turn in his life.
Have you
It
seen
would be
his,
a fascinating interview.
Have you been watching, he's performing live every day? Have you seen these clips on TikTok and Instagram?
I don't even
It's
No.
so cringy.
Oh
He-
no!
He stands with his back to the audience in a furniture warehouse bar and grill. And first of all, can we acknowledge that there is such a place? But he changes venues from next door because they have 2 extra tables.
Wait,
And
hold
so
on.
more people.
Furniture store, bar and grill. Is that what
Yeah,
I
like
heard?
a furniture warehouse bar and grill. And so he's standing, imagine my back is to you, and I'm just doing this right to the music, getting ready to turn around and perform. But the house lights are up. So I'm turning around going, "Can we get the house lights turned down, please?" He's yelling at the techs, the light
Oh,
technicians. It's so good. He turned around one time, stepped on the mic stand and banged himself in the face. And
Oh,
I'm like,
God.
that's the least cringy thing. And sometimes he'll stop the song and start it over and
Oh,
go,
no.
"You guys aren't synced up." It's so cringy.
I have a
But-
cringy guest for you.
It's unique.
Have Rob Schneider on.
Oh,
Oh
God.
God!
There's cringe, and then there's bottom of the
That's
barrel.
I would love
worst.
to interview
Oh.
him about his appearance in Judge Dredd.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would
For his-
genuinely actually love to hear about that. Who
Not
is your
even the
who is
least
your
humiliating thing.
who is this SNL personality you are most disappointed with? It's Dennis Miller for me. I used to love Dennis Miller. I can't stand him
I just
anymore.
want to chime in
Oh,
once
he
again to say never
changed.
seen a single episode of SNL. Don't know who Corey Feldman
Really?
is, by the way. Just throwing that one out there. I'm
What?
just like, I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Andrea
I'm gonna
is a
toss a
game.
different thing.
Well,
Andrea, tell
is
me-
a gamer. She's lost in the gamer world, and that's okay for
Yeah, I
her.
got
Mine's Jim
games on my
Brewer.
desk.
Jim
I've been
Brewer for
playing
me, by the
Halloween
way.
games.
And
I
that's
got
different
Castlevania.
from
Check it out.
us. So we can learn from Andrea what people think that are not in our realm, what people feel, how the gaming community is. A lot of
Oh,
us
fuck
don't
the
know.
gaming community, by the way. Like,
Hold on,
Oh,
though.
really?
You've never seen SNL?
not a single episode. I may have
Wow.
seen like YouTube clips,
Mm.
possibly.
But you've never seen Wayne's World?
Nope. Sorry. I know. It's still on my list.
Can we
I
just
know.
scream SNL skits at her for 30 minutes? Ladies, man, never seen that?
It's like a pop
Or,
culture
you know what we
Cheerleaders,
could
what's
do?
the matter with you?
We could have a segment where we send her a clip that she has to watch, and then we quiz her
Oh,
on it
good one.
during the show.
What about you've never seen Lost Boys, the movie? That's not SNL. That's
No.
Corey Feldman. Oh, but you gotta see Lost Boys. It's one of the greatest vampire movies of all time.
I will at some point in time.
Vampire.
See, and then
Absolutely.
here's the thing: is you've seen Goonies? No.
I don't
Andrea,
know.
not even.
I
that
don't know.
one.
At this
I've even
point,
seen
I
that.
don't
I'm an
know
old
like what
lady.
we're doing here. Is this like just to make fun of the fucking like?
No,
stupid
because
ass-
this is the thing: is
Now we're just heckling you. Yeah. That's,
you
Yeah,
watch
Jesus
you
Christ.
watch these guys as child stars, and then you realize they did reality TV. They had their own reality TV, and now they're in like these terrible bands. Then you realize like they did live performances on like Sally Jesse Raphael in
Oh
the
my
'90s,
gosh.
and
Oh,
like
jeez.
somebody put that on the internet. Oh my god, it's great! It's some of the cringiest stuff you'll ever want to watch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Andrea, there's a whole world of cringe out there.
Oh,
Old and
I bet.
honey, old cringe though.
Yeah.
I don't
I mean,
know.
yeah.
I watch videos from really old and I take the clips from old stuff from the 60s and 70s. I love using that to juxtaposition
sure.
to where we are today. Man.
I
Andrea.
mean, I'm sure the cringe back then was unbearable. I don't know how people made it through.
Oh, I don't know. That's kind of, I don't know. We got a comment without a graph. This conversation is insane. We were just freewheeling it tonight.
Well, it's
everybody.
because do you use a lot of graphs and charts though?
yes,
That's
he knows
I should
that.
get like a whiteboard from the
We are
background,
the
and we'll make a
graph-
graph or something.
Yeah, we're
Just
Graph Central.
random
Me
pointy
and Jennifer,
lines.
Graph Central. So Matt, that's the joke. I love you, Matt.
that's a
funny.
good one.
That
Now,
was really great.
how bad do we want to rip off leftist mafia? Do we want to talk about politics at all, or are we just fried on
No,
that?
now
I mean,
look.
I'm totally down
Okay.
to talk about anything.
Yeah, I mean, we could
Um,
talk about anything,
so-
but there is a comment, and I almost brought this up when I was on
Ooh.
their show. I don't think I did. I almost brought it up.
All right.
They have been referred to as the view of the left,
Yes.
and I don't think that's 100. I don't think that's accurate.
Is the
But-
View that show with Megan McCain?
She's not
Yeah.
on it anymore, but yeah, it's like if Barbara Walters started, and so that
I haven't
is
watched
where
that in years.
it's just a group of people discussing topics, and I don't think it's
Mhm.
accurate because
How not?
Well, I just
There-
want to say, like,
Oh,
my
there
my
are-
no,
criticism
enough time.
of the leftist mafia stems at where are the leftists? All I see is a bunch of liberals. Come on,
here
no,
we
I know.
go. This is the drama. Now this is
The drama.
clickbaiting.
She
Let's
is-
go. Click
Andrea,
it out of context, then
You
we'll
should
get them
be
on
on
the
Broadway.
show. We'll do the flame war. Then there you
Yes.
go.
Yes.
The liberal
should just-
mafia. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you're
We
too
should
funny.
literally clip it so out of context that it's not even like a coherent sentence.
What we
They're just
should
like-
do is
Let's-
But-
encourage a
Okay.
crossover where there's 8 or 9 of us on screen at one time.
You can't
Now
hear
that
anything.
would
That,
be-
that sounds painful to like
That would
actually
be the
produce.
show. Yeah, but I'm the one who can mute people.
That's true. Okay, so you
Yeah.
can
So,
mute me when I get a
This
little
is
out
a
of
good
control.
idea.
We should just ask
Andrea,
them.
you're
Only people that
extremely
saw the
entertaining.
first episode will be aware of this. We should just ask them to send us a clip where they're like sitting down and getting ready or whatever, and we ask them one question and they start to answer and like, whatever, nerd, and just kick them off.
There you go.
And that's
Yeah.
the whole appearance.
I think more of shows like this, the better. I think it'd
Oh,
be
yeah.
great if more people did
I
this.
like
I'd
it.
watch the heck out of it. I've seen people like Farron Cousins suggest
Mhm.
this kind of thing before. In fact, when Leftist Mafia started, I was like, that was Farron's idea. I think it'd be really
Yeah.
cool. I don't even think he meant to do it live. I think he just said, let's just hang out.
Oh, I think, yeah.
And
I
they do.
y'all know, or at least Matt knows, I'm a fan of doing live stuff generally, but I think the core concept is correct. I think as much of this, in all seriousness, as much of this as possible. If more people are making content, that's just more chances that somebody's going to go super, super huge and pull a bunch of people with them. Yes.
Yeah.
And it's
yeah.
also about the message. I mean, what I do hope to get out is somewhat to be able to talk about what's important with
Yeah.
our topics in the sciences and the the things that are happening that are very serious. I'm sure we'll segue from tonight to some serious stuff as we progress. Progressives.
Mm-hmm.
When the time comes, certainly.
Yeah, and we could have guests. I mean, and we should, bring people on. Let's diversify this thing, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, we got a bunch of white people here. What the fuck's going on with that? Like,
I
come
feel
on
an
now.
awful lot of honkies in here.
This is
My
unbelievable.
buddy would love you.
Jesus.
He uses that word. He got in trouble by YouTube for that,
What?
Oh, really?
Yep, for using
Are
that
you
So we were
kidding?
talking about who's going to
kind
get
of
us
music?
demonetized, and then it turns out, oh, bummer.
Jake.
That's a style of music.
Like,
the
come on
mustache.
now. I
the
thought it
whole
was
time.
gonna be me.
Honky tonk. Okay.
Yes.
Yes, it
Clearly
is.
I was referring
to
to honky
the
tonk
dancing.
music,
Yes.
which is
yes.
enjoyed
Yeah,
by
but
those
by
damn whites.
so many.
but once again, I mean, this was the origins of this show was
The
from
oranges.
the audience. Origins.
I was
It
going to
came,
say the same thing. You beat me to it.
the apples and oranges of this show came from the audience.
Yep.
So-
And they're
And
all
the show
watching.
is bananas.
Careful what you ask
I
for.
just
Oh.
wanna
watching.
make
we
sure
want to make
that
you
we-
laugh
Good
tonight,
one.
guys.
I want to make sure that we have accurate representation of the audience and to express both sides. There were many people in the audience, as it were, that said, don't do this. And I just want to make sure that they're represented.
Who?
I don't want to name names.
Are you on?
It was a
did
secret
you
ballot.
multi-stream this to yours too, Andrea?
Oh yeah, unfortunately, it's live right now. If you can
Okay,
believe it.
because
Whoa.
all of our channels, we are reaching a very diverse crowd of a lot of different people. I think
That's
it's
true.
amazing. And
That is
even
true.
if we don't say anything substantive tonight that is earth-shaking or deep or going to save the planet, which know how
That'll be
I
next
feel about
week.
that. Yeah, tonight is just comfort. It's the comfort level.
Oh yeah. I
Yeah,
gotta be
and-
real with you. Almost every week is just gonna be comfort for your old pal Jake.
Well,
I'm
but that's the
looking forward-
thing is like if an issue is about the environment, I think obviously Sandy would lead the discussion on that. If I bring up something, oh, people are mad that Superman's gay, we'll talk. I can bring up the comic books because people do. That's a real thing, by the
Is
way.
Superman
a
really
real
gay?
thing?
Is that real?
It's a
His
real
son
thing.
is
Boy.
bi. Yeah, he has a
Oh, never mind.
boyfriend.
Yeah.
And people flipped out. There was a cover where he was kissing his boyfriend, and I'm like, people flipped out about that, and I had a whole internal monologue about why you shouldn't be upset about that. But if that kind of thing
Mhm.
came up,
Yeah.
I could talk about that from a
It's
comic
called
book
live and let
perspective.
live. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we would all have our respective realm where we could
Yeah.
be the authority on a certain topic. So yeah, there's diversity there for sure.
I like
And just by existing, that we are accomplishing things already. It's week 1, hour 1, and we've already provided for the progressive community a live stream with Andrea.
I mean, that's the big one.
I don't.
Eh,
Oh no.
This was
Shocking
just a
upset.
Yes,
ploy to
Andrea.
get Andrea at any minute. This is the funny thing. I can drop the three of us and have Andrea up here with her actual above it all backdrop
Yes.
and theme song. So be careful or I'll pull the above it all trigger.
It's like a
boy.
goddamn saw trap.
Oh,
I did that
boy.
one time where Mila called in, who's a regular viewer of Andrea's, and she called in and I just ducked out and made it look like the above it all show for a second. It was hilarious. I can do that any minute, so just be warned.
Oh God.
Really?
If I remember this
A
part of the
warning.
conversation, April 1st, I'm going to
Andrea, a
strongly
warning.
campaign that we prank Andrea that way.
Okay. Poor Andrea.
No, everyone misses
She's
Andrea.
we did miss you. I missed you
no. But,
horribly.
like-
Andrea is a very
no.
good commentator politically, and
Oh no.
I listened to her all last winter and just had my coffee at 10 o'clock in the morning, and I got my dose of Andrea, and I could make it through another day.
She's putting videos up all the time,
And
but
she
you
doesn't
know,
understand that. A lot of people felt that way, Andrea. So we love you. Take it. Take it.
I will take it. I
Okay.
will gladly accept it. I will
Good.
put it in my pocket for later distribution into multiple dumpster. No, I'm just kidding.
A dumpster. Where will you get that?
no one has filled
Why?
the 10 a.m. slot. By the way,
Right.
people have
Yeah.
tried, but
Have they tried? Is that true?
yeah,
I mean, that would be, if in the progressive community, that would be a good slot to be in. Because majority report's at 12. Is it just me, or is the majority report like the de facto, like everybody agrees that's the best representation of a progressive show? Or is that just me?
I mean, like out of the popular
Yeah.
ones, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, of the popular ones. Yeah,
yeah. It might not be the gateway though.
definitely not. But like when I'm
But-
trying to tell somebody what like an example, like a classic progressive show is, that's always what I go to. Just because they seem to always be on the forefront of whatever conversations are about to be had by the progressive movement, whatever you see that as. It always seems to be Majority Report. I
There's
have
some really great
wild
shows
respect for
out
that.
there now. There's some
There are,
amazing
yeah.
I mean,
commentators.
I'm just sitting here going through them all. And
Yeah.
There's so many.
Yeah.
Compare
Yeah.
this to like 15 years ago. I couldn't name a single progressive show that I was aware of then. Daily
Unless-
Show would have been the closest.
And that's yeah. But YouTube,
I would have been saying like
wouldn't have
Rachel
known.
Maddow or something.
God,
back then.
Oh,
back
not
then.
even. Yeah, 15. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
15 years ago, I'd be saying like, oh no, I'm gonna be late for the bus to pick me up to go to fucking middle school. Like, I don't know how. Like, Jesus
It's okay,
Christ.
Andrea.
I remember-
because I remember getting my kid onto the bus for middle school.
Ah, there you go. So
Yeah,
now you
so
know
I
what
can-
I feel like.
I can identify.
I used to think Tim Russert was a lighthouse in leftist media.
Oh,
Who?
Tim Russert, R.I.P. Andrea.
Yeah.
He wasn't like what
Meet
is
the
out there
Press.
now. Yeah.
The original Meet the
Yeah.
Press, or maybe not
Yeah.
the original Meet the Press host, but definitely the most popular. And
And he's
now
from
I
Buffalo.
go back. I go back and look at his clips, and I'm like, "Eesh, just as liberal as the rest of them in a lot of ways. But
Yeah.
I don't know.
We've grown and
Things
changed,
change.
Matt.
Yeah. Online
and-
media has really,
Mhm.
it's a real presence.
Yeah.
Oh,
Thank
hell
you.
yeah. Heck yeah. I enjoy it.
I'm
have to
coming up on
say.
my 50th guest.
Whoa.
Congratulations. I wish I had sound effects to put the applause on.
But I mean,
A
that
lot.
just goes to
Yeah.
show you how many are out there, and I'm nowhere near done inviting people. So I mean, there's a
Dude.
lot of people.
I just want to
How-
remind everyone who was number one on that list. I just throwing it
They
out there, a
are.
little
They
trivia,
are.
Yeah.
Boom.
little
They are.
trivia
That's
piece.
right.
And she made me
AR
promise.
15. That's what they call me because
She-
I love killing children.
She made me.
A.R. Andrea.
No.
She made me
Rovens.
promise when I go off the air because she's anticipating that day.
Oh
that
yeah.
I have her back on.
I'm
as my
always
final
thinking
guest.
about the downfall of the letter hack. I'm constantly
Yeah.
scheming. I'm planning for when it happens.
You're the.
I'll
Bill
try to
Murray
get him
my
embroiled
Letterman.
in a good scandal.
Absolutely,
then-
that's a great idea.
The
I'll
heels
have
are
to
teaming
go
up.
off. Oh,
Dude,
well,
I got a
seriously.
comment. Veg says Vegemanic Deluxe, the Rational National is good. Oh, they're all in talking about that's great. See? We're spurring conversation and good conversation.
I stopped looking at the chat for a
Yeah.
second. Sorry, Tom
My
Hartman.
chats are happy.
That's a
They
good
look
one.
happy.
Emma Vigeland,
Tom
of
Hartman
course.
is brilliant. His books are brilliant. He's a brilliant person. Sometimes he gets a little bit too maybe centrist for me, but I can put up with it because he is so smart.
I adore
intelligent.
Tom Hartman. I
Yeah.
adore him. Yeah. He's sharp as a tack. Kind of
Absolutely.
on the topic of 50 guests though. How in the Jim Caviezel do you get the guests you get, Matt?
Professional
Yes.
letters.
He's constantly like the biggest names.
How do I
If
know?
I had a genie, I couldn't get these people.
Professional letters, and he draws
Um,
them.
Well, yeah, on the one hand, I'm constantly surprised. Like they said yes. Sometimes they get right back to me and I'm like, really? There was a guest recently who didn't get back to me right away, and then they got back to me and were like, I'm so sorry. They were really overly apologetic. And I was in the process of typing a reply saying, don't worry about it. Plenty of time. You can come on whenever. And they emailed me again to make sure I got the apology. And I was like, okay, hold on.
Oh,
This is a small show.
yeah.
Like, it's not that big of a deal. But I think that they see me as somebody who's trustworthy. I think I built trust with them because I did this. In hindsight, you would think it was strategic, but it really wasn't. I went online.
That's part of the strategy, is to downplay your
To
previous
make it like it
strategizing.
wasn't
Yeah,
a
like effortlessly,
strategy.
like
It
I
is a
came up with a
5-year
plan to
plan.
just draw
Yeah.
the most popular leftists on the internet over and over and over until they noticed me. And then it's totally accidental that I came up with this extremely effective strategy, just completely by accident, by the
It's
way.
a hell of a
Didn't
good
plan
plan.
it for, and no.
Yeah.
But you do think it's the trustworthiness that like makes them feel like, all right, if I go here, I won't be embarrassed or caught with a weird drama question or what have you.
Yeah, and it's in the invite. It's how you invite them.
I see.
And you say right off the bat.
This will be a softball interview, so don't worry.
I mean, that softball equals good faith, casual, promotional, that kind of stuff. Yeah. I mean, and the way I say it is I'm bringing on generally online political media figures.
Yeah.
And so I think it's not like, because think about how these assholes do it, right? They go, debate me, my show, whenever, right? And it's like, no, jerk. I mean, now you're that guy. So I'm definitely not that guy. But, there are some
just give
people.
it a couple years. Everyone in this space turns into that guy eventually. So,
There are, I wonder though, has anyone noticed the people that at some point, it will be obvious who I haven't had on? Because I'll have, like, you get up to 50, what if I get to 100 and they're like, he hasn't had these 3 people on. And I wonder if that's going to be noticeable one day, because there are some people who I'm like, no, I would never want to talk to them.
That
I
is
have my
the
reasons,
most,
but
I think every community is like that, because in our community, there's channels that have had 100 conversations with different climate scientists and philosophers and sociologists and all kinds,
Andrea did an impression of me one time that I watched maybe 100 times and then showed my wife, and she was like, show me that again. It was hilarious.
What did I say? I don't
do the impression.
You were
Which
doing
one?
an impression of me after I interviewed, I think it was John Idarola, and you're like, oh yeah, hi, it's the letter hack, and everyone is safe here, and I'm a really good guy, and I give everyone a lot of dignity, or something like that. It's hilarious.
That's pretty good. Yeah, super
Yeah.
genius
Funny.
came up with that one.
I was
Super
like, oh my
genius.
god, this is great. It made it all worth it right there.
Yeah.
There.
And
Matt, I used to before I ventured as far as I did into the other side, I used to interview politicians, all lefty politicians, progressives that were running in 2016 elections then and 18.
Huh.
And then it
That's
just
cool.
changed. It was,
I gotta
have
get
any-
some on.
I like.
Did you have any that you
candidates
were-
are great.
Did you have any that you were like really proud of the interview?
Yes, couple I do, and they're still
one?
around somewhere.
Which one
Yeah.
did you really like?
I enjoyed doing Max Delapia. He was running for Congress near me, and he has a glacier named after him in Antarctica, so how could I not like him? Plus, he's a really good guy. He lost. I live in a very red area. He would have been a wonderful congressperson for this area. Not as progressive as I would have liked, but a very good
Sure.
person with a thought process that I felt was worthy. But then when you see what's in Congress now in the United States, my gosh, he elevates up to a level that is so beyond a lot of them, and he didn't win.
I would like to see the farthest left newcomers to politics we can find
Yeah.
running in bright red areas. And the reason I would like
That's
to see
brilliant.
that, aside from the fact that it makes sure that the Republicans have to spend money in these areas that they
Yeah.
are not able to spend right now, aside from that, I think Republicans have talking points and built-in defenses against these pathetic, wishy-washy centrist Dems. And they have no talking points ready to respond to actual leftists. And I would love to see them scrambling and trying and failing. Even if the far left candidate didn't win, the embarrassment that the right-leaning candidates made of themselves during the campaigns, it would pay off so well down the line. Like, real quick, this guy that just put forward this bill, he's the guy that said, here's the embarrassing clip.
Oh,
I say we get
Like
them
the
on
way it
here
is.
first, and then
they're great.
we say, we get these candidates you're talking
Mm-hmm.
about. We get them on here first. We all have a go at them, right?
Yes.
And then they come on our shows individually.
Yes, that's a really good idea. For
I
that
did
matter,
like it.
None of us are news in the traditional sense. We don't have the same FCC obligations that like a local station has, which means we can just invite a candidate on. We don't have to invite their competition as well.
Yeah, good point.
We should really do like a series where we're just like every week, like, you're running for mayor in this town. Great. Tell me about that. And even if they don't get a bunch of people from their town watching, they will at the very least have video clips that they can then pull from and use for posting wherever they want to get attention.
I think when I would bring them on, it's under the umbrella of their environmental and their climate outlook. I bring them on to tell us what are your policies in that area, because that's what appeals to the audience, and we want to know what people want.
Yeah.
We really don't want them to keep drilling. we don't want a lot of things, but I have a
could
little
each
bit
hit
more controversial channel.
I
we could
love
each hit 'em
controversial
with our
channels.
expertise.
Well, and as long as I'm here, they'll be like, okay, well, at least one guy's going to give me softballs.
Soft.
And then you come out with the surprise, then you're like, and where were you on January 6th?
Yeah. Or you know what? I really want to ask, because I've been trying to have presidential candidates on my show, and that's not going well. But although I did
Chris
get
Christie won't show up.
well, not Republican, but I did get some emails recently. But I am interested in asking them, okay, so you're running for president, you have all these policy ideas. Every president, as soon as they're elected, suddenly is like, oh no, turns out we can't do that. So how are you going to be different? That's the only
Yeah,
thing I want to
get 'em.
know from a candidate. How are you? So, okay, great policies. I've seen your website. Fantastic. Now you're president and you can't do it. What the fuck? Right?
Can I
Explain how you're going to avoid that, because otherwise, man, you're just blowing smoke.
Well, it's the D word.
genuinely
They can't,
genuinely
because the D word gets hung up in front of them. Donors.
Yeah. First of all, genuinely, that's a great question to ask, I think, any candidate. But second, just Jake do impressions. Yes, I do. They're not good impressions, but I do them.
I get the impression that they're very, very mediocre at
Yeah.
worst.
Yeah.
At worst.
But I go for quantity over quality. But the point is, I would love every single candidate, every opportunity we get, to be asked a question from your old pal Jake. Just ask them how much a gallon of milk costs. If they're running for president, watch them scramble to be like, well,
Wow.
of course.
And then the trick answer is that they have to say, I don't drink milk because
Yeah,
I'm a
there you
vegan
go.
and
Yeah,
milk
I
is
don't-
bad for the. And if they say anything else, You know, get the red X from fucking Family Feud. You know,
But
like,
what
Oh,
are,
I
what
don't
are
know
the
how much a
people
gallon of
spending?
milk
Yeah.
is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
what are
promise
people
you, they're gonna be
spending?
like,
That's-
well, $10, 15, 5, 7. They're not.
I'm
gonna
gonna be.
do
I
that.
don't know what a fucking gallon of milk costs.
I don't
drink
either.
that shit.
Me
I don't know what it
neither,
costs.
actually.
I'm gonna
Me
guess
neither.
$4.
$3.99 at the Kroger near me.
Uh.
But you
That
know,
was close.
yeah, like you will give an answer that makes sense. I think most of these people have been millionaires for too long. They're going to be like Lucille Bluth, say like, how
Yep.
much can a banana be? $5?
I just want to say,
Um,
just for the record out there, Arrested Development,
Oh,
I have
okay.
seen.
I was just
That's
going to
the first
explain
reference,
the
I've
reference.
gotten, the whole thing. That's the first one. So, 47 minutes in, I finally understand something.
All right, you know what?
I'm
Let's
part
just
of
see if I
I'm
can
part
keep
of the
this
show
streak
now.
going.
I get it. I get it now. Oh my god.
Andrea, you have a
Take
fan
bets.
on my chat. You're a vegan and Jean's a vegan. Yay, I have a
Well,
lot of vegan
I never
followers.
claimed to be a vegan.
All
That
right,
was
well, you're
satire.
pretty damn close, and but you do a cooking channel, and you cook meatless food.
I do cook vegan stuff because I
Let me
cannot
see if I can do
advertise the fact that I eat eggs sometimes. So don't tell anybody.
Well, I do too.
2 in a
I
row.
apologize.
Let me see if I can do 2 in
All
a
right.
row. Let me see
It
if
would
I
be
can
impressive.
nail a second thing that Andrea, a second like piece of media that Andrea does enjoy, and I bet I can get it. Let me read you first. Let's see.
There's no way. I got money on this.
How specific? Just franchise or the actual? No, I'll go specific. Fallout New Vegas.
Come on now, that's easy mode. What the fuck?
Ah. Okay, go for 3.
All right. Well, then I'll. Oh gosh. Yeah. All right. Fine. Fallout New Vegas Lonesome Road DLC.
I think it's okay. I'm personally a bigger fan of Dead Money, if you'd ask me. But
That's a
you know.
darn.
I don't know
good
any
one.
of these, by the way. And I'm a nerd. I just learned what Goosebumps was the other day.
I just want to say Fallout
why
New
I'm here to
Vegas.
learn.
If you like
What?
politics, you should play Fallout New Vegas. It's the
Yes.
most politically literate video game that's ever been made.
Yep.
Oh,
Yep. And I
interesting.
used to support Mr. House every playthrough. And then
Oh,
I grew
Mr.
up.
House is my man. Yes. Now let's do the rest of the fucking show about Mr. House and why he's the right choice.
Wrong. Independent New Vegas.
Nah,
Yes,
nah.
man.
No, yes, man. More like no, man. There's a comment in
Oh,
there somewhere.
Sandy, Matt,
Yes.
we will drag you in to this nerdy abyss eventually.
Is it a video
game?
games? I don't
For that.
have
Yeah.
time for video games.
Oh, you gotta make time for this one.
I have an
Andrea.
addictive personality. So
Yeah, it'll be the end of your free
Maybe
time. It'll
I
be the end of
should-
your
yeah.
show. That it'll be all you do ever again if you start playing New Vegas.
start under prepping.
This is when
my
I gotta
interviews.
announce that I'm gonna create a New Vegas campaign and I'm gonna force everyone to play it.
Oh,
But the only way that they'll be able to understand it is if they play the base game. So
Okay. Can I
just throwing
ask
that
my
out
kid to play it and then vicariously live through her?
that's fine. Yeah.
I love watching people play games.
Honestly, that is how I've enjoyed most video game franchises. I got a buddy named Dane. He plays through them. I get mildly intoxicated on the couch and watch, including
you
New
go.
Vegas when it started.
Any chess players?
Chess is still cool.
For
Yeah,
Luddites.
I've upgraded to Regicide. But yes.
Matt, I think it's cool. You can get all the chats from all the channels.
Yeah.
The
Oh,
the right
wow.
bar thing. There's
Mhm.
2 tabs. It says private chat and comments. And comments should be the
Live. Yeah.
The
conjoined.
unified.
And then
you
we'll put all
Oh,
the
that's
super chats
awesome.
up.
It's like
People
when you
don't-
give
don't
birth and
fret.
the 4 of them are like, they're all in one thing, that's the
Mhm.
chat.
That's cool, but I didn't know that he could control everybody else's channel's chat. So I'm thrilled. That's
Well,
nice.
and it's kind of cool because
Yeah.
let's say for some reason we one day have to pre-record one of these.
Yeah.
Like,
Could you
let's just say
imagine?
maybe it was next
honestly,
week. I don't
yeah,
know.
Like
Well,
that would be
like
crazy
next
if that
week.
were to happen. Like we do this big, we're doing a live show. Look at us, and then we fucking do a pre-tape. Could you imagine doing a pre-tape show? By the way,
because
like
one of
just
us
on the
like,
on the
got
subject of
delinquent right away.
pre-tape shows,
Yeah.
like who does
know.
that fucking shit? Does anyone ever like?
We are going to do that, Andrea.
But in that case, like whoever's present can be in their own chat. That's a huge
Oh, that's-
bonus.
Yeah,
True.
that is a
So-
huge bonus.
True.
or whoever's present can take a nap and not and yeah.
Wow.
One
That's
of my
true.
favorite things to do is premiere a video and then just tear into myself whenever I'm on screen. Just
I
go,
do
"Look at this
that, but
idiot."
I only do that internally. So.
Yeah, I name drop a lot. Like when I watch my premiere videos and I'm in the chat, I'm like, oh my god, I name drop all the time. Like I was talking to so and so recently. Last week I had on Nina Turner. I did
Because
that
you're
tonight. I always
growing
do
and you're
that.
excited about it,
You-
Matt. That's
I don't
awesome.
realize
Sandy,
it though.
he
That's
name
great.
dropped Andrea, who's here.
Yeah, see,
Like, can you pick the name up, please? You know, it's getting dirty. You
Yeah,
know?
Pretty
let's
bad.
pick it up. We
I'm-
got to sweep it up. Sweep it up.
but people will be able to hang out in the chat. The host will be able to hang out in the chat. So that's always a bonus, I think. But and it's not just laziness.
This is
it's out
not
of necessity.
re-recorded.
It's not. It's
Yeah, this
absolutely.
isn't.
Just to be clear,
This
this
is
is not.
live.
That
hold
would
on,
be
hold on.
epic
Let's
if we
just,
could fake
You know,
pre-record.
this is what we
or
got
fake
going
live.
on.
Well,
So-
somebody in my chat asked, and it's no, we're live. We're winging it tonight. First time together. We're feeling each other out. It's kind of like a nice dynamic. I like it. I do. I'm enjoying myself
Yeah, same.
immensely.
I think
which
this is good.
really what I needed.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
sorry.
approve
All right.
this layout.
And I
I think
you,
letter
Andrea.
hack would be better, like, you know, down here.
I
You
don't
know,
think I can move them.
oh, you gotta be able.
That
to move
is surprisingly difficult. I use Restream often, and
Yeah,
I have
me too.
darn near tanked a couple of streams because I tried to mess with that.
Yeah,
See, I have a different software where I can make overlays and just move them anywhere on the screen. I make them. I design them. Ecamm is amazing software.
Andrea, you'll have to hold up a cardboard cutout of me,
Okay.
and then
Yeah,
I will
that's
share
cool.
my screen, and it'll be you.
Okay. that
Or
could
you
work.
could share my screen. I could share yours. I think we'll try that another time, but that'd be one way to move them around.
You have
I
a
don't know.
cardboard cutout.
Just do a Matt
I'm
impression.
impressed.
Yes.
What?
I'm sorry. I just
Wow.
it paused
He
at an
was-
awkward moment.
He was
But now
suggesting
I
it,
wanna
and I
do it.
was like, "Yeah, really, do it."
You're suggesting
it.
what? I
Andrea, do
didn't
a Matt.
understand. There was like a delay. There was
Do
like a
Matt.
little over.
I just want to
Yes,
see
yes.
your impression of
Uh-huh.
me again.
Do an impression. Matt.
So it's the hello, it's the Letter Hack show, and we got Nina Turner, and we're gonna make sure that we don't ask her anything interesting because it's the Letter Hack show. So not making news here. And it's a call-in. I also accept call-ins so that you can do content for me and I can monetize it. And there you go. So there's no voice there. I'm sorry, I couldn't,
It's
I couldn't
perfect.
do the voice.
No,
Why
it's just got to
aren't
be
you doing
mellow, low
stand-up?
tones. Mellow, low tones.
Low tones.
Okay.
I just want to
That-
say I did
get that-
finish my
see,
alcohol, so like I
It's
am a little.
NPR
I
with
think
a
you're
little
right.
surfer is the thing, though. There's
Yeah.
a little bit of surfer in there. Is part of it.
Oh, and me? Really?
Yeah, it's kind of
Surfer?
it's a little more chill, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a
I gotta
tinge of
say-
I don't give a fuck what you're gonna say.
Yes. Well, no, it's just sort of like it's as calm as NPR, but it's not lame like NPR.
God, NPR
Somebody-
is so fucking lame. Like Jesus Christ.
It is
I just want to
notably
shove
lame.
them in lockers, you know, just like
But that's
my
just
inner
gets
bully
worse.
is like,
Yeah.
oh God, I want to
NPR
fucking.
is unseasoned oatmeal. There's a time and place. It's fine, you know.
The only
is
time
what
and
it is.
place for unseasoned oatmeal is to throw it at police during a redacted.
Oh, really? Unseasoned oatmeal.
I don't recommend anything, by the way. This
Well,
is
it
a
won't- I
comedy
don't think-
show.
Would
This
it
is in the
hurt
comedy
birds?
category on YouTube. Can we put it in the comedy category instead of news and politics? Like that would give us a lot more leeway.
I put mine in entertainment.
I do news.
Depends on what I
Nah,
do.
I
News or
can't not.
politics. If you put science, it's what does it go with? Science and activism, or is it? It's just like
I think if I do entertainment, then no one's holding me to the standard that other political shows are held to.
Oh,
You know what I
true.
mean?
But the
True.
real like thing
It's
is that
smart.
no one actually looks at those. Like
no. I don't think the algorithm
No,
does
the-
either. I
Oh,
honestly,
Oh,
they
the
think
algorithm
definitely
does.
Oh,
it
they
does?
definitely don't.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say
Yeah.
they do
You
not.
think?
This is my like 300 IQ conspiracy theory. I'm going full Alex Jones.
Okay, let's
here.
hear this
So like
because
just
we're all creators here. Let's hear this.
By all
well,
means.
I've been on YouTube since 2009, so I've been here
Alright.
for a while, and I'm
More
gonna
than
tell you
me.
that they did away with the fucking category feature mattering. Like the old YouTube page, you could click
Mm.
on the fucking thing and
Right.
it would be the whole thing. And I'm just like, I don't buy it. You know, and one of the reasons I don't buy it is because there was like a year where I was doing Above It All where I accidentally did like the copy thing, you know, when you just like import previous stream info. And I was in the gaming tab because I did one gaming stream and I didn't realize it for a year. And maybe that's why, you know, no one watches me. But, you know, so I'm just, I don't think it works. Like I've had videos where like the wrong tag is on and it's still like random people show us up. That's just
Right.
my, you know, I'm just throwing it out there.
So here's how it does affect you. It's
All right,
got
you
nothing to
tell
do
us.
with whether or not people see you, but it's got everything to do with what kind of ads they play. And-
Right.
And the value of the ads goes up basically based on what category you are. So news actually has very valuable ads. And that's probably how she gets those fat stacks.
Well, except that
there you
one
go.
year where I was accidentally doing a news show under the gaming category like a fucking idiot. What a total dumbass.
Well,
Leave
so
money on the table.
I don't know if you guys look at this. My weekly report says that the majority of people who watch my show, not returning viewers, new viewers, find it on the homepage.
Yes.
And
Like, could you imagine that, by the way? You're on the homepage and then you see this, you know, you see this on the homepage and you're like,
nice
I
and safe.
think I'm going to click that.
No
yeah.
threat here. No threat.
Yeah.
No discourse.
Except you have that like weird like thing above your head with like the monkey thing. What is in that?
Cabbage.
Like there's like,
Those two
there's-
monkeys?
yeah. What
Yeah.
are they doing up there? What is that?
They're taking
You
a
guys
picture
get the
together.
weekly
It's
recap
piggyback.
now.
Piggyback
Okay.
monkeys.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying,
recap.
like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if advertisers.
That's not going to get
would-
you demonetized.
I don't know if they're okay with that. Like, someone could misinterpret that. I'm just
No, I
saying
could
it
just
wasn't
say it's a
me.
nature show
Yeah,
now.
I wouldn't misinterpret anything.
Now it's the dark side of monkeys or whatever that. No, yeah, it's,
Yeah.
you know,
Because that's what normal people do is they hang up framed photographs of monkeys.
I love those
Doing
crazy
something.
monkeys. I
Yeah.
used to have
I
those.
love monkeys.
I used to have those in my office at work at a corporate job. So you would come in, and a lot of people had to come into my office and talk to me, and that was behind me, and they're like, "What is that?" And I'm like, "Monkeys. What's up? What do you need?" And just get right down to business. It's like, don't be distracted.
The fact that that's been with you for multiple years, to be honest, is a pretty incredible piece of
Oh, yeah.
trivia.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I don't change a lot.
Is anybody right now working on something that you're genuinely excited about?
Every day.
Every day. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I
about-
am, but
Okay. Do you want to plug
we
it
talked
at all?
enough about me. What do you got?
We did not talk enough about you. We last we left off, we were talking about Office Monkeys. It was
All right.
interesting stuff. Let's keep it going. What are you working on?
I'm putting together my interview with Dr. Rashad Ritchie, which is in 2
That's
weeks.
proper.
Okay.
So that's going to be cool. That's going to be exciting because he's a lot more than just a show on TYT. So
Great.
Mm.
All right, I'm putting
Excellent.
together an interview with Dr. Jennifer Francis, who's a climate scientist from Woods Hole in Massachusetts, and that's going to
Ah.
be great.
cool.
And working on another young polar climate scientist named Dr. Gilbs. She is not even 30, and she is an Antarctic scientist, and she's making videos, and the content of which all of you should be watching. They're short. She uses graphs, but she's got a PhD, and she's telling us what's going on in Antarctica, which nobody thinks about on a daily basis.
I
But
do. I
me-
love Antarctica. I want to move there. It'd be great.
Well, then you need
Like,
to
you
be
know,
in a
30 years
research
from now.
team.
Yeah, 30, 40
now,
years
when it's
from now.
when the glaciers are sliding off
Yeah.
even worse, the ice is calving and there's pieces floating. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I want to be on one of the floating pieces. That way, like, I'm just, you know, I'm constantly moving, you know. GPS is going to have a hard time tracking me down.
Oh, Andrew.
Your assigned FBI agent's going to have no idea what to do. Yeah,
Exactly, yeah.
And it will be
Just one
warmer.
agent, not a team. I feel like there's
at
like
that
a
point.
department.
Yeah, I mean, I
Following Andrew.
imagine if we get to that point, the Republicans will have one, and the FBI will be cut down to just like a handful of guys.
Well, here's the
Fine.
thing. The FBI is going to know where I'm at. Why? because they're gonna see this show.
Ankle
They're gonna
monitor.
know that Letterhack on the desk right next to him has a globe. For some reason, why is there a globe on your desk, like within arm's
What?
reach?
I see it.
You
Oh my
know,
God.
like you can like
To look
this
at the
globe
world.
is
What are you
so
talking about?
important to you that you need to have it in arm's reach. So what are you doing there?
This
You're
globe-
tracking stuff. Or
this-
those dots. You see push pins in there?
This globe was on
Going
my
on?
work
Ooh.
desk in my office as well. I love globes.
You
Oh,
do.
lovely.
Yeah. So
Andrea,
Yeah.
are you watching true crime?
what does that mean?
Oh, I just discovered it last
Like
year.
the
It's
genre or
the
like
genre of true crime. I just discovered like Dr. Grandy. He makes these half-hour videos and analyzes cases, and he's very monotone in his analysis.
There's a lot of true crime podcasts out there. You can
They're
go down
scary,
that rabbit
though.
hole.
Yeah,
Some
but
of them, yeah.
it's what's happening out there is sickening. The murders and the killings and the families killing each other. It's just, to me, I look at it like it's just a sign of societal collapse that is getting worse. Okay, I'm not going to bring the
I just want to
conversation
shout out
down.
my favorite true criminal, DB Cooper. You know, the
D-
real
Yes.
one. The real
Yeah,
one.
Yes.
That's the real one. Wow.
No victims.
Boom.
Mm.
And stole from banks. Love them.
And got away with it. I mean, come on
Yep.
now. Like the trifecta. Like, can
World
you really
famous. We all know him.
be incredible?
Jake, what are you working on? You're plugging away on
I'm-
some animation for like
Yes.
weeks now, right? How's that going?
Yes. I at this point I just want to prove that it's possible. But yeah, Fight Night animated is definitely the thing. I'm it has been revealed to me that the algorithm loves leftist infighting. And so we're feeding this beast with a big fake fight between leftists. And we had a wonderful live debate between Doug from the True North Eager Beaver podcast and Kodiak from Parts Unknown, a shaved Sasquatch on steroids. And
Oh my gosh.
it went fantastic, and now we're animating it, and it looks
Really?
ridiculous. And it is ridiculous, and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Well, creativity is really important. So I like that. It's
Thank
great.
you.
Yes.
I love
God,
cartoons.
Yeah,
Yes,
it looks
I
good too.
deeply adore them. It's of the same vein of like early 2000s Adult Swim shows, like Space Ghost and what have you. So I'm
I
trying
love
to tap into
Right.
that. I want to just get you into A-Sprite, that program that lets you make GIFs out of drawings, because I cannot draw all that well.
I should check it out.
You should, man.
Yeah.
I want other people
We'll
to
just
do the
do a
work, but I
whole
want to enjoy
episode where
cartoons.
it's just Letterhack figuring out this software and we just
Yeah.
live stream the whole
Ugh.
thing.
So-
Oh,
3.5 hours of like,
or
What I
in
like
my case, it's
well, what I like about it is it's not AI art,
right.
Yeah.
because the first thing I think of when I look at AI art is I don't care how they made that. When I look
Yeah.
at any other kind of art, I think, how'd they do that? I want to know how that was made. So it's very cool to like have you recommend a program for me to check out. I definitely got to do that.
So
for
it's
sure.
AI that you
No.
recommend? No. Have you done any of that art? Because a lot of people are using it. I haven't.
I
Who,
tried.
me? Oof.
Both of you. Any of you.
Hell no. Nah, that's not my thing.
I before I actually looked into what AI consists of, which is essentially stealing other people's artwork.
Oh, really?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Like
for
I get the
time being.
novelty, but
Yeah, I think for non-commercial purposes, it's fine. Have fun with it. Why not?
I think-
but if it's actual art, like actual images, there's no way to have gotten that without scanning other like 10,000
Yeah,
other
okay.
people's artwork.
I gotcha.
So
I don't think
Oh,
the end
interesting.
result, the end results is not the best thing about art.
Mm.
And AI art cuts right to the end, and they're like, "Look what we
I
made." and
agree
I don't-
with that
Mm,
dig
Letterhack. I think art is mostly about the process.
Yeah.
Yes.
I agree with that. But also, like, I want to provide the pro AI art position here
Okay.
because,
Hit
why not? And someone's got to do it.
No, go ahead.
And that it's not going anywhere. It will not be legislated out of existence.
Right.
And I think a lot of people on the left are sleeping on it. They don't really know anything about AI or art, AI art. AI algorithms. They don't just know anything about it. They just say
Dusty
it's
does.
bad. We should legislate it out of existence, and then they just move on.
Yeah, I don't know about the
AI art does
legislation.
have some interesting stuff to it.
Yeah.
I've seen people do AI art for concepts, just like what would this kind of thing look like, and then they'll draw their own thing. That's something that I'm just throwing it out there.
Quick
A lot of
concept,
people are
okay.
like AI art's evil, and I mean I think everything is evil, right? I think capitalism is evil, but what are you gonna do?
It doesn't. It doesn't.
You
Oh,
should see my
here,
show
here,
from last night.
here's the crux they're gonna have to get over. Creating AI art for the web and digital presentation, that's one thing. Making it production ready is ignoring a whole lot of factors, because it's like, here's the art, put it on a t-shirt, make it in embroidery. It's not gonna happen.
Yeah, I think when it comes down to actually making money on it is when you need to change your looking at it. Like if you're not making tons of money, it's irrelevant. Like just make something to entertain your friends. Who cares? But when you are making money, I don't think you should stop using AI art. But you do have an obligation to make an attempt to compensate everybody who was involved in the production of the art that you made. So if you made it with AI, you now have 10,000 artists theoretically, or however many they use to
Oh
train
wow,
the
what a
program.
can of worms this is.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's the problem, is that it's obscured through multiple layers. So it's like if I were to make an AI art, how would I even get the list of people, to
But that's where legislation genuinely comes in, because instead of legislating it out of
Wow.
existence, you just organize it. You say, all right, this AI was trained by this company, which paid 10,000 artists $50 each for access to their catalogs for training purposes, and yada, yada, yada. It's boring, it's complicated, but it's fair.
Well, I'm gonna turn this into a spicy debate and
Hit me.
say I don't think that that's possible. I don't think you can legislate AI production or creation in that
You
kind
sure
of way.
can privatize it.
Well, the reason I think that is because, like, first of all, we have multiple different nation states because we're a bunch of dumb animals and we haven't created a one world government yet. Like, can you believe
True.
that? Right. So
Like
it's like
Star
everyone's
Trek.
just going to move to the country that has the least legislation, and then they're going to create their models, and then those models are
point.
going to be used like by anyone, and it's going to be a loophole, and it's like, oh, I used this model, I didn't pay, it's not my model, it's their model, I used it, blah blah blah. So I don't have any like hope that legislation could even possibly work, and that's my devil's advocate position. That's my we're all gonna die position.
Consider this. nga.gov/open access images with hyphens in between those last three words. That is a gallery of free art. And it's got at least hundreds, if not thousands, of images. You might in the legislating lose the ability to do some specific things with AI art. But I would put to you, between companies that sell bundles, at this point, hell, Facebook could, DeviantArt could. They have the right to do whatever with their images. Between companies that do that, and between she does. She's just very quiet about it. Between
that
the
is
free,
not true. I am very loud. No, keep going.
Between the things that offer free art already, I do think it's still possible, but I think it's going to appear like we're backtracking simply because we have been ignoring the question of compensation for the birth of AI.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like the whole situation is shitty because this technology came out under capitalism, and so like capitalism is going to shape the development of this technology, unfortunately.
Yes.
And I don't know, it kind of sucks.
Well,
but
it already is. You have to get any kind of platform to use it. You're subscribing, just like the other things, story blocks, epidemic sound. I mean, it's a complete industry. So AI is just thrown into the mix, right? Dusty Smith uses it all the time, so I suppose he's subscribing and paying to do that.
Yeah.
So
Maybe.
that's where the people are compensated somehow through the companies that are providing these services. I don't know.
I think
Yeah,
most of that money just goes to like the CEO of
I
that
don't-
fucking
yeah.
Yes.
whatever company it is.
Well,
the
probably
companies
right
are
there.
compensated, absolutely, and then we would just have to take the additional step of saying, okay, company, but you're responsible for compensating wherever you trained your AI from. So if you
Yeah,
trained it
like
from private places, well, you're gonna have to shell out money.
one my what I would add to that is that I feel like the internet when it was created was not necessarily heavily influenced by capitalism during its creation. I feel like the
True.
internet was more like a communistic idea.
Yes.
And so for all the way the internet's entire history up until like what 2020 was when AI stuff started coming out. That's just all there and it's all public, it's all free, and if you look for it hard enough, right? So it's like, how is it even remotely possible for an AI just to not like look at the internet that's freely available, all throughout history, all the archived like videos, just not just on YouTube, but movies and streaming. Like, I don't see any sort of like light at the end of that tunnel. Not to be a doomer, or to be a doomer.
Yeah, we are doomers on my channel.
Currently they can't. Right now, what is little talked about with AI is a lot of the work is done by humans still.
Yeah.
The human must first look at an image and say, this is a hot dog. I will add it to the stack of hot dog images. So the human would then still be responsible for knowing where the image is sourced from. But you're fundamentally talking about something I agree with, and I think we should be addressing, which is that, yeah, the internet was essentially a communist socialist paradise invented by college types, and we shouldn't let it get spoiled with capitalist nonsense. Nor should we let AI, perhaps the next thing on par with light bulbs, as far as what we've invented as a species, be tainted by this silly way we divide up the spoils of our conquering of a planet.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think what's weird is AI can't
Absolutely
do
well said,
hands
Jake.
right.
Yes,
They can't get the right hands, and it's
it is
like
weird.
you can do like everything looks okay, and then it's like the hands are wrong. I think that's very
Really? I haven't
science
tried it yet.
fiction. Like it was like AI was perfect, but they couldn't do human hands, and the reason was God does exist. You know what? Like, why
Yeah.
can't they do it? Right?
Why?
It's so weird.
I want to
Andy,
provide another fun fact. Very
can I do like a D- joke first?
yes.
Uh-huh.
Only if it's
Andy,
if
I
it's
think
like
your
F.
new husband's a robot. Why would you say that? Just big claw hands on like a Fabio.
Yep,
or-
exactly.
There
He's
you
got
go.
12 fingers.
That was F plus, so very acceptable.
Oh,
I'm not
Love it.
commenting.
But
All right, take it away, Andrew.
those like what you were saying is like the hot dog. Like this is a hot dog. Fun fact about that whole process is that they contract people in poor countries, like a lot of African countries, to look at not hot dogs, but like dead bodies, mutilated bodies, especially babies, all kinds of violent imageries, right? So there's and they pay them shit amounts of money because they're in Africa, so like what are they gonna do, right?
Because they can get away with it.
Yeah, and
Wow.
so a huge part of that is that like they're just actively traumatizing. I watched some documentary about this. They're just actively traumatizing people because like imagine your job is to sit at the computer for like 12 hours a day looking at dead bodies all day and like having to study
Holy
the details to like, and that's a huge issue too. And I just throwing that out there.
Like
Not many
a
people know about that.
mortician or a doctor that does autopsies, but by digitally.
I
Yep.
had
Oh my god!
I had a dentist
Andrea.
once, and I was always going to the dentist office, and I never met the actual dentist. And I was always like the assistants or the dental assistants, and I was like, so who runs this place? Like, where's the dentist whose name is on the front door? And they're like, oh, she travels the world. And goes to like natural disaster sites and identifies people
Collecting
based on
teeth.
their teeth. And I was like,
Oh,
and I was sitting there going like, that person doesn't exist. This is a ripoff. This is a front for the mob and stuff like that. And They were like, no, it's actually something good, and you're a jerk. I was like,
Goddamn.
wow.
You're a jerk. What
And
So
it
how
was
do
like
they
all-
maintain
it
a
was all
dentist office with
volunteer.
no dentists? It's like, oops,
well,
all
no, they
assistants.
have. She owns the
Oops.
practice,
It
and
did
they
seem
hire.
illegal.
They
but
not if they hire other
for false
people.
advertising.
Yeah, maybe that.
First
But
of
that's
all,
what she did. Wow, forensic
that is-
dentist.
For
That's what
free.
she is.
It was
Forensic dentist.
volunteer.
heck of a good dentist there. And second of all, but come on, but don't put your name on the building if you're not here doing
Well,
dental work.
The only reason I was cool with it is because, well, two reasons. One, it was right next door to my doctor. And I was like, the same hallway. And I was like, what are the chances? And they put your hands in paraffin wax while working on your teeth.
What?
Have you ever had that?
No. What's
Yes.
the
Oh, yeah.
point?
So they make a mold of your hand. Yes, I've never
Well,
had it
and-
related to
and
dentistry.
It's soothing. Like then when you take your
Yeah.
hands out of the wax, you're like, oh my God, it's the best
And they're baby soft.
like manicure you could ever have. It's amazing.
I go to a dentist. They clean my
People-
teeth and I go home. I don't
You
go
can-
for
Can
a
I
massage.
You can
say
have
something
the wax
to all the
machines at
Americans
home.
out there?
They're good for arthritis.
Sure.
I haven't been to a dentist since I was like 6 years old.
Really?
I mean,
Yeah,
I
not
haven't
even
been in a
once.
long
You want to
time.
go?
No,
Last-
not during
I
a
just go to
pandemic.
the
no.
same guy that pulls the horse teeth down at the track.
I was about to go, and then my dog needed to go to the dentist, and I was like, we can only afford one, so I paid for the dog instead.
As
was
you
like,
should.
That
oh,
was
wow.
the correct
Absolutely,
decision. Good
yeah.
man. Good man.
I thought it was the right thing to do. Plus, I didn't really want to go to the dentist, you know. I was like, no, we should let the dog go.
I like the idea that you
The right thing to do.
It seems kind at first, and then you're like, nah, the dog. One of us has to go. Sorry, buddy. I literally buy the kibble.
I'll just make a wax mold at home.
Should Medicare for all include dental?
Yes.
Yeah, hell yes.
Teeth are part of your health. Yes.
Absolutely.
I think it should include dental, but I don't think it should include the lungs. That would be my trade-off.
The
I would
lungs.
trade
Why?
the lungs for the teeth.
Why would you take the lungs out?
Yeah. why
Well, I mean, we
discriminate
gotta,
against
how are we
lungs?
gonna pay for the dental, right? We gotta
Oh,
balance
I
the
see.
budget.
So lungs are probably a cost benefit here.
Yeah, I
think we
mean,
should
I
go
would
in the
rather have my
opposite-
teeth taken care of
No,
for free
it's
than my lungs.
It's
I'm just
just
saying.
not cosmetic surgery. That's all.
No, see.
You
I
get
think
rid
we
of
should go
that.
in the opposite direction. I think we should sign the bill, Medicare for all, including dental for all, and mandatory boob jobs for all, 100%. Because we got
I
to
don't
give.
want one though.
Let me tell
Well,
you
too
something.
bad, it's
A
mandatory.
true story in Buffalo Public Schools. A benefit, a free benefit. I was a HR person.
Before I
the
get
free benefit
destroyed.
was plastic cosmetic surgery. I'm not
That's insane.
destroying you. I'm just telling you. Every teacher had tits.
Oh,
I
First
mean,
of all,
okay, we went there, but it's
delightful.
true. They finally got rid of it. The teachers
Part of life.
union
My,
lost that.
my thinking was that we would give something for Republicans to freak out about.
Yeah,
So we're
oh,
gonna say,
yeah.
Oh, and then we'd be like, okay, I guess we'll take it out.
I got
You
it.
Oh,
win,
good.
Republicans.
No,
Bait
no,
and
that's the
switch.
Barack
Joke
Obama
train.
mindset. No. We are fighting
How?
to the death for
not
free
even
kitties for everybody.
Slightly. That doesn't make even a whiff of sense. Barack Obama would show up to the table and be like, all right, now, because I don't want you to be mad at me, I've already written a bill that you'll love. And I'm just going to ask you to hurt me a little bit more.
Well, I'm just
Mitch
saying.
McConnell,
I'm just
could
saying
you
it in
put
the
on high
centrist
heels and step on my
mindset.
nuts?
Like I'm like, you say put it in. I say we're leaving it in. Like we're fighting for this.
All right,
This is
fair
like
enough.
Matt,
I'm sorry,
as
you're
the
gonna
only
have to get a boob job.
transgender
Oh, okay,
representative on
okay.
this very
So-
diversified
It's
podcast.
a cosmetic writer.
so we put something in the bill as a joke, just
Yeah.
so we can take it out later, and then we go, no, you know what, we're keeping it.
It's
Yeah,
a
I'm sorry, she
bargaining
talked me
chip.
into it. Yeah.
A ridiculous bargaining chip because cosmetic writers are a thing.
And then apparently it is a real thing. And so
Uh-huh.
I just F me, I guess. Good Lord.
I'm sorry. I got all serious on you.
I'm delighted. I want to go to this fantastical school
Um,
district where everybody's like, we all
In
agreed
Buffalo,
teachers should have.
unbelievable.
Well, okay, but I do think that Medicare
They should
for all
have.
should.
What should they have, Jake? What should they fucking
Well,
have?
fill in the
Keep
blank.
a decent
Dental
guy.
Everything.
care. Dental
They
care.
should have
Oh,
everything.
yes, they should.
and I don't think you should leave anything out. I think that's ridiculous. It's like, oh, you can get glasses, you can get a checkup,
Mhm.
we'll take care of your headache.
Yes.
Right, all
Break an
inclusive.
arm, don't worry. Dental, no, because dental leads to heart disease or could,
Boom.
right? So like,
Mhm.
there's a lot of you got to do it all. I mean, it's the human body. It's so
Totally.
ridiculous that you would
Absolutely.
leave anything
But
out.
companies do split it. They
I
give
would
you
leave
different
out
benefits,
toenails.
medical,
You know,
dental, vision.
ingrown toenail. You ever get one of those?
We would
Oh,
Your
that's
that
fault.
would be
Ouch.
covered. It
debilitating.
That's
would
your
all be
fault.
covered.
No, we don't need a doctor for that. You're
Yeah,
wearing
no,
like
it-
tight shoes or something, you know?
It would
like,
all be covered. All of it.
nah,
Yes.
no way.
Yeah.
This is
It's
BS.
in
we
all
can,
seriousness.
we can fund wars endlessly, but we can't do this.
Yeah.
You got to be kidding me. Like if they write
Literally.
a
Yeah,
$10 billion
exactly.
check to another country and then say, but how are we going to pay for healthcare? Get out of here. I told a guy,
It is ludicrous at times.
I was talking to a guy who had
Oh.
no idea what the concept of Medicare for all was. And this was like
Wow.
this year. And he said, my health insurance is killing me and my taxes are killing me. I said, now imagine your taxes went to your healthcare and you didn't have money taken out for healthcare and there was no copay and
Mhm.
there was you had everything, vision, dental, all of it. And he goes,
Mhm.
what? And I was like, this is the rest of the world, my friend. This
Yeah.
is the rest of the world is already
Not
doing
the
this and
United
we're not. And he
States.
was like,
I
What?
love Americans.
have
Like
layer
Americans
and
are so
layer and
dumb. They
layer
don't even know
bureaucracy.
that like everyone's
No.
having a great time.
they
Like,
think most people think, oh, my taxes are going to go to someone else's insurance. And I go, no, if
So
everyone's
selfish.
on the same plan, there's a bunch of young people not using it, which makes it more affordable for the elderly.
Right.
Like you got to think about it in terms of it works for everyone, not just somebody else.
Right.
And when you're going to the doctor because of the smallest thing and it's not costing you anything more than what you've already put into it, you'll realize I don't care what other people get out of it as long as I'm getting
Yes.
everything I need out of it. My kids,
Well said.
right? And so it's
Mhm.
so idiotic, but
And
when
just
it's
structurally,
amazing.
logically,
Yeah.
on its face, it's easy to explain to somebody. You could just be like, all right, one system does not need to create a rich guy and a bunch of rich henchmen. And another system is run by, necessarily in the private market, a rich guy and a bunch of people whose entire job and whose food and car and house and kids' college is paid for by convincing you through advertising to
Mhm.
use their service. The one that doesn't have all that extra stuff is more efficient. It costs less.
Yeah.
That's
Can I
government
pop
run
in
healthcare.
for
Yeah.
I want to
Pop
do
in.
a very related but semi transition.
Okay.
You know, it's October, you know, Halloween's in the air. I'm
Mm.
watching the Saw films. Anyone see them? Anyone saw them? I should say.
The first few, I
Ah.
think. Yeah. Okay.
Now, I
Yes.
watched Saw 6. I'm going to recommend
How many
Saw
are
6.
there?
There's 10. A 10th one just came out. I haven't seen it yet. It comes out on
What?
Friday. Saw
Feels like too
6
many.
Wow.
is woke. Okay. I just want to say
Oh.
this now. It's woke. The entire movie is Jigsaw killing health insurance executives. I'm not joking. Watch it. It's literally about health insurance
Is there a
executives
subtitle?
being murdered. No, it's just Saw VI.
Really?
You know?
I'll
So
watch
the whole
that.
I
thing
gotta watch
is
I'll
health
watch that. I
insurance
love
executives being tortured to death. Okay, so if you
All right. You're
love
selling me on it.
if you love horror films, Saw 6, check it out. It's woke as fuck,
All
and
right.
you're not gonna regret it. It's only 90 minutes. That's all. That's my advertisement for Saw 6.
Okay. You sold me. I'm gonna watch that one.
Excellent.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pop something in the chat. Speaking of, because you guys got me on this socialist kick. If you have YouTube Premium, I realize it's premium, but if you have YouTube Premium, Elvira, Mistress of the Dark,
Sure.
is free.
Oh,
Happy Halloween.
great.
It's
I
free
missed what
if you
what that
pay a
person said.
monthly service fee for YouTube.
If you
Premium.
already do, yes. This is one of the few premium services that I think is a good one. I'm a fan of YouTube. Just
I
the
just
structure of
dropped
YouTube.
a couple, so maybe I'm looking to pick one up. Maybe I'll pick up YouTube.
It's just convenient. They do a good job of wooing you. But Elvira, there you go.
Okay,
All
we've
right.
been going for an hour and a half. This is awesome. I feel
Fair
like
enough.
I feel like we
I don't
could
want to
talk all night.
establish a precedent, though.
I don't.
I don't
Well-
want to. I don't want them to see me trying too hard.
Let's explain a couple of things to the viewers. Here's the thing,
Okay.
and this is something we talked about behind the scenes
Mhm.
previously. One, keep it to about an hour. We can go over if we want. Whatever. Maybe just one of us sits here for 5 hours. I don't know. Anything could happen. But generally, these will be an hour episode. And we want to get off before David Feldman comes on.
True.
So
True.
everyone can go
Or-
to Feldman and say on Wednesdays and say, oh, we
Mhm.
just came from Left Past 10.
We got to
And-
stay
That's
on
great
until
marketing.
he gets
You're
on.
so good, Matt.
It's
And-
the
and-
marathon. We have to wait.
Yeah.
We're
until
gonna have to-
Feldman.
Power through
God,
super
not
chats if we
tonight.
want to get off by the time
Un-
Feldman's here.
Unofficial David Feldman pre-show. And so unofficial
Someone
until
tell
he
Milo.
recognizes us as official, right? And then maybe we can overlap and he can come on or, So anyway,
Damn.
there's a long game. Letterhack always has a plan up his sleeve.
I guess so. You're a good
We'll
marketer.
see.
I'll tell you that.
We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Well,
I
don't
just
have
try
super
anything.
chat, so it shouldn't be long for
Oh.
that.
Oh, I think we got some. Who wants to read super chats?
So I wonder, can I see yours? I'm seeing 5 super chats right now.
Oh,
I don't.
Yeah, me
Where
too.
the fuck is this? What is this?
I don't
I
know.
don't. I don't know what. Is there
if you
like
go
a
in under comments, if you go into starred, you can see him.
count?
And never mind, we have 5. That's plenty. I feel
Star?
like.
Okay, well, starting off with a new member. I got a new member. This is awesome. Guys, I hit 2,000 subscribers
Oh,
today.
nice.
Hell yeah, heck yeah.
And-
Congratulations.
And hold on,
job.
let's see here, because
I-
I hit 2,000 and then it went way over. So I am currently at, let's see, 2,077.
Oh, you got a video
Nice.
that's blowing up.
Can
And
I
got
chime in?
shouted
real
out
quick?
by my guest.
Like I have a very bizarre question for my fellow humans on this panel.
Mhm.
Like,
So that's
have you ever like this is like a bodily semi-injury question? Like like when you pull a muscle,
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
think I just did that with my tongue. Has anyone ever done that? Like my
No.
tongue is sore. Like I was like doing this. I was like getting something out of my tooth or whatever,
Hmm.
and I think I pulled my muscle.
I
I'm in
would
pain.
gargle
Oh, no.
hydrogen peroxide.
Peroxide. What the
Yeah.
fuck?
That's what
What
you
are you,
do.
With a
goddamn
Charlie
chemist?
horse in her tongue.
And that's what the dentist say to do after
Oh
surgeries.
god, I haven't been to a dentist.
Oh, I know this fits. Oh
I don't
my
think you can.
gosh.
I don't think you can pull a muscle in your tongue.
I'm.
But-
Tyler Hackner.
I think you can.
If it-
I'm
if it
here to
persists-
tell you.
If it persists longer than 2 weeks, do consult a physician.
2 weeks. I mean, it's already fading, so I think I'm fine. Holy fuck.
Tyler Hackner,
Alright.
member for 10 months. I assume this is yours, Andrea.
What? Member for 10 months? Is this mine?
Tyler.
Thank you, Tyler. If
Woot
that is
woot.
me, I don't know if it is.
Member for
but if it
10
is-
months.
What is that
Jeez.
circle? Is that like an S? What is that?
That
Is
means
that
he's a
like
member
an-
somewhere.
But what is that like? But the symbol, it's like an S.
I don't know, it's
inside of a
YouTube's.
no
circle,
idea.
But it's like
YouTube's-
rotated 45
It says
degrees.
woot woot.
I don't
Might
know.
be
It's weird, right?
StreamYard? I don't know.
I don't know what that is.
Donald James, member for 13 months. This has got to be you, sir.
Nope,
I haven't been in existence for
No,
13
it's
months.
Andrea.
I haven't had.
like
That's
Andrea.
Andrea.
I don't know what
Let's
that.
go.
You gotta read
I
the
remember
link.
I was gonna do the memberships and then the merchandise,
did.
and that was gonna be one thing, and I
thought you
never
did-
did the other one.
you did do the
13
membership.
Donald
months.
James X
I
says,
see
"Let's
13
go."
months, and I'm thinking, oh god, I'm fucking.
Oh, look at that, Mila. Isn't
So
that
do we know where this
sweet?
is coming from?
Uh,
Milo.
shout outs to
Mila
Mila. Like what is that? Reson, Rezon,
Oh.
Rezon.
Reason.
Yeah, she's gonna
Mila
get
Rizan.
mad at you.
Oh, wait a
We
minute.
love
Wait a minute.
Mila.
Mila, that's meant for you. That's meant for you, Sandy.
How can it be? I'm not monetized. I don't
know,
have
she's-
the ability.
All right, I'll read it. Mila Reason saying, okay, if I have to pay here, or if I have to pay for a shout out, here it is, payola. Yes, you do have to
Okay.
pay for a shout out.
That's
Well,
gotta be
damn right.
Andrea's.
Very nice.
And I was right. Excuse me, I was wrong. That was not directed at you.
Oh,
My
there's
bad.
like a heart thing you can do. So like when I want to just like, yeah, I got your super chat, I can click the heart and then not acknowledge that you sent me a kind message. So that's great. Shout outs to the heart feature.
Here's
So
Pendulous Dragon for Andrea taking a shot at the old letter hack. Hey, Andrea, I jumped over here from letter hack stream so I could give you a super chat. Keep these other guys on their toes. Good on you, though.
Aw,
yeah,
Pendulous
well,
Dragon is very generous.
yeah.
That is. You
He's
guys
my
are all
friend
Thank you.
incredibly
on
generous. Whoa.
Twit
Look what
X.
Soul Life did.
Yeah, this guy. He's our Santa Claus. Gifted 5 letter hack membership. He gifted 30 on Monday
What?
on my channel. Yeah.
30 fucking
Really?
Dude.
like soul life.
I got
More
people,
like no life. Am I
I
right?
got
That
people going, I've
genuinely-
never heard of this channel, but I just got gifted a membership. And I'm like,
That
well,
genuinely
hang out.
helps grow things. I mean,
Yeah.
it has a noticeable impact in how the channel does. Thank you.
He-
man.
Really?
he
I've
dropped-
never 7 years and oh my goodness.
Soul Life dropped their TYT subscription, and this was
Oh,
the reasoning, and just starts gifting memberships. That's what he does with the money. Hey, I'll
Beautiful.
take it.
Yeah, Soul Life
Alright.
also, by the way, loves to comment on all of my fucking Doom speedrun videos with "You suck," "Fuck you." I think I remember "Boo." You know,
He
like,
wants to be
don't
a
you
troll so
understand that
bad.
I am I'm number 2 right now, the best Doom speedrunners of all time.
Number
of all
2, what
time.
happened?
Really?
I'm not number 1
Oh,
yet.
yeah.
I'm still climbing it. You know,
To be continued on
I
that.
don't know.
I got questions, man. Where do you post your scores?
my scores. What the fuck?
Your times.
Hold
you
on.
Jackass.
My
Where,
mouse
where do
is
you
gone.
It's
I'm trying to
this is
use my
like
Post your
computer. My
run.
mouse is gone. I don't know where the cursor is. I can't use my.
And-
Oh, I found it. Okay.
She found
much to Zero PE's point. Anytime I can get more Andrea, I'm happy AF.
I'm gonna
Thanks
post
for
that in
this.
Discord.
That's really nice. How nice people are.
It's in the
Genuinely.
Discord.
I want to watch your
communication.
speed runs, Andrea.
You do? I also not only
Yeah.
do I do speed runs, I make levels. I'm a level designer. Yeah,
First of
I
all,
know. All
the
balance.
level thing is fun. Second, yeah, I do watch. There's a show. I can't remember the YouTube channel now because I'm under pressure and blanking. But I've become a huge fan of speedruns.
Really? Well, I've been a
yes.
speed runner for a long time.
Summoning Salt.
I've
Summoning
been.
Salt
I
is
know
the channel.
summoning. So I don't know him personally, but I've spoken to
You're
him.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Cool, dude.
I was around before all of that. Like, so all these, like, all the YouTube speedrunners, like,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I was around before those guys. So, like, when those guys were coming around, they'd go to every stream and, like, you know, ask people a bunch of questions. And then, you know, so I know all the characters, at least, you know, the old ones. I don't know any of the new ones.
Thanks
That's
for the
rad.
1 month membership, Alicia.
Much appreciated.
Lindsay Robb needed
Hi,
this.
Lindsay.
Hello.
Oh, I love Lindsay.
Oh, I love her hair. Look at that.
What's the
She's
emoji?
so
There's
great.
like a square there.
That's making the heart, right?
Is
You know,
that? It looks like a square to me.
No.
I'm
Well,
pretty
everybody looks like
sure-
a square to me. Heyo.
Lindsay.
I'm a nerd. I'm sorry.
Jeez. It's awesome. Great first show. Congrats all. Good modding too.
Oh,
The anti.
yes, indeed. Pinkerbell, thank you. Wicked Foxy Dragon, I know you're out there. Thank you. Thank you both. And the anti-corporatist, man, I'm excited for your upcoming show. From the left
good
seat,
videos.
keep an eye out. Oh, hey, Pinkerbell, heart emoji. This was a great idea, y'all. Thank you, and thank
Aw.
you.
I just
for
want to
the
take
idea
full
that we
credit
stole.
for this idea. I'm the
All right.
Elon Musk of Left Past 10. It's
It's
all my
true.
idea. I am the founder, actually.
It's hers now.
if you could believe it. And please direct all
Ooh.
positive comments to the letter hack because I don't want to read them.
Mark Zuckerberg of Left Past 10 over here.
I'm the Pete Best of Left Past 10.
Nice. He's the best.
Ah, shit.
Doom
Soul
sucks. Soul Life.
Yeah, well,
Ooh,
Soul Life.
burn.
How about
burn.
go fuck yourself? How's that
Oh,
sound?
there you go, Soul Life.
Got
You want it? You
Whoa.
He
You can
wants to
take
be a
those
troll
letter hack
so bad.
memberships
I'm
and
so
shove 'em
glad
up
I
your
know you all
asshole,
so
buddy.
well. Oh, look at that.
I'll take this one. Logan Hill with an incredibly generous
Wow.
$20. Jake, divide this amongst the other three.
Aw.
Haha. Good
How
show. Hope
sweet.
there are more. Well, thank you so much. And no, I won't.
My Cash App is $ the letter hack.
I would just like to say all the super chats for the show will be donated to charity
I
If
already do,
if
actually,
you know, if I can put
Take
everyone
turn it around.
on the spot there and say you're gonna give all your money to charity, and if you don't, you're an asshole. So,
Yeah,
I
for sure.
donate a
If
lot to
if
charity.
oh, I'm sure you do, Letterhead.
I'm not sure
It's
if
a
my
tax
pot
write-off.
dealer has officially opened to charity yet, but if she has, yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
it's charitable.
So,
I'm gonna smoke it. But yeah, I am really genuinely happy. Logan Hill, thank you very much,
Thank
and
you.
I'll super chat these other cats when they go live. Pressure, peer pressure, Andrew.
what the fuck? I'm getting pressured. I'm in a pressure cooker. It's all coming down.
Oh yeah,
I think that's it. That was awesome.
Well, thanks.
guys,
It was
successful
very
stream.
nice.
I think.
Is it successful? How do we determine success? Like, we need to create a mechanism. Some
Okay,
like,
I'll do those. I'll do the
Based-
statistical analysis.
okay,
There you go. It's all on Sandy's
I don't know
vibes.
how I'm going to do it yet.
like
Sandy,
Letterhead
give us-
staring at the screen. I got to get out of here.
Now I'm
bored.
reading the chats. What do you mean?
Yeah, it's fun. I didn't get to read all of them, but I will.
I didn't have the chat.
It was
open. I'm
nice.
sorry.
I feel really happy that you guys invited me to this new chapter of, life.
Of course,
Mhm.
of course. I'm delighted that you accepted.
Thank you.
And y'all, thank you all for having this old chunk of coal as well. I had a blast, and I will
More
see y'all
charts.
next week with more charts than we know what to do with.
I'll bring
Yeah.
the graphs. I won't forget them.
Excellent.
Matt.
Excellent.
No, I just want to thank you guys. This was so fantastic. Like, I love hanging out with you individually. Now I like hanging out as a group. So I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to more of these for sure. This is gonna be a great winter.
Heck yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Well, the question is, who's going to be the first rude SOB to leave the chat?
Tonight
Hmm.
and say goodbye. Oh, he left.
That
All
was
right.